don't know if I can pick these up or not. Pretty big.
Oh, come on. Old Salty can do it.
Actually, I wonder, that looks like that could make a log right there. Why couldn't it?
The one you're holding on to, Tim, is busted and hollow up here at the top.
Yeah, well, that's past the log space anyway. Yeah. Throw it out. Yeah, I don't believe I'll be turned around with it. Tom, I'm leaving this one for you. Guys, this is one of the most unique situations you'll probably see on this channel. This is brush clearing that should be done with much, much bigger equipment, but there's a reason, well, there's multiple reasons why we're using the small stuff here. And I'll explain all that, and just to say it in one word, it's called a wetland. So, yep, let's get started. The situation here is kind of unique. Probably not crazy unique, but unique for us. We typically would not be involved in something like this on our farm, but this is considered a wetland. All this brush and all here is considered a wetland. And so the rules are that we cannot farm it. And the second rule is that you cannot take out any stumps. So you can't clear it and take out the stumps. But what you can do is cut it all at ground level. So if we were going to clear it, we would have actually hired somebody with a large excavator and had them come in here and take stumps and all. We would have actually leveled this out across these little, we're going to call them sloughs. I think it's an old riverbed from, you know, who knows, hundreds of years ago. But the river doesn't use it anymore. The river's had a levee on it. There's no real flowing water in this. So if we'd have just got to this before 1985, we weren't farming it then, but if we got to it before then, we could have cleared all of this and it all could have been a flat, square, 160 acres that we could have farmed beautifully. As it is, once we got past, it's either 85 or early 90s, sometime in there, the government, just to put myself on a soapbox a little bit, the government essentially stole this land from the owner, right? It wasn't us that owned this at the time, but land that could have been cleared for a few dollars and farmed, the government just said, you cannot use this land for its intended purpose. Our goal is to get rid of this brush and clear it all off. Again, not trying to break the rules, we want to keep the rules, but we're trying to use the full extent of the law, right? So we're going to try to keep this mowed down. The shade, where the trees grow upward and outward, they shade the crop, and so it hinders the yields there. And the second aspect is that the trees continue to reach out, trying to reach out to get that sunlight, be more and more greedy, right? They also bring in deer and other wildlife, right? So let the wildlife be on somebody else's farm. Yeah, you can leave your comment below and say how evil I am, but we're gonna try to get some of these brush out. Now, you might say, well, what are you doing all this with compact tractors? This is silly. Yes, it is. This was not the plan. We had a logger that was supposed to come out and work with us today. He called us yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, and told us that his grandson, 11 years old, has cancer and is going in for some sort of surgery or testing somewhere in Tennessee. And we're weak in the saw department. He had not really a feller buncher, but something that could saw real low to the ground and could do that really fast. What we thought we were going to be doing with our little grapples was hauling away tops, and maybe with Johnny 5 hauling away some of the logs. As it is, we're trying to do whatever we can here, and he will still come back and be able to help us with some of the logs. So what we're trying to do is work ahead a little bit. Get this underbrush out of the way so he can get his machine in there and do some of that cutting for us.
Got Randall in a 3320 on the tree saw. Lance in the Kubota with the mulcher. Tim's chainsawing or running around with a... Tim, what's the number of the tractor you got?
Old Salty, 3520.
Old Salty, and Tom's in Johnny 5.
That's pretty impressive, Tom, that you can move that whole tree.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I tell you what, old Johnny 5 is gaining a little more respect.
with the grapple, yeah, it's a pain, but it's not too bad.
Right. That makes it doable pretty quickly.
Yeah.
If I knew how to run the thing.
I'm needing to find some mulching.
There's some mulching down here, Tim. I'm serious.
You getting tired?
There's a lot of mulching once you get down here past where Clint's worked.
Yeah, it gets pretty thick with little
I think I'll
stuff.
turn around now.
Yeah. You're making a mess, Clint.
Yep.
You are going to sweep up when you're right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll sweep it under the rug.
Let's having a good time.
Getting pretty good with it.
This is the size load you're supposed to get, guys.
I think that grapple lets you get a bigger load than what this one can.
Well, it's a bigger grapple, it ought to. That grapple really is more suited for a 1 series, but I didn't have enough big grapples, medium-sized grapples, I guess I would say.
Well, so far I've been able to get as much load as I really wanted. So we didn't let Clint get far enough ahead of us to get the limbs down for some of that.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. Get anything that's sticking out so you can get
Yeah.
to it.
That mulcher on Uncle Tim's tractor will handle the stuff on the ground really well, but
Yeah.
getting the limbs out from over ahead is
I can't do that.
probably the biggest help for that excavator now. Now, can you take that tree off there and just cut him and not grind him? Because if that was the case, then we could grapple him out of there, and that would make you faster. Oh, watch out.
I broke my throttle cable.
Like broke it?
Yep.
We had adjusted the throttle cable just the other day, and we adjusted it so that it didn't have so much slack at the idle setting. Well, that makes it so that it didn't quite go all the way up. Well, I have these headphones and all, but I'm not sure I'm wide open, so I pushed a little harder. I broke it. Check it out, Randall. See what you think. I could hold it wide open. I'd be okay with it.
Well, I guess we can find a chunk, wedge in it, hold it open. Then it's start up and shut off wide open, which is not real.
Well, we could
Perfect.
take it out.
Oh, I can just stick something in between the idle, see? See if we can figure out something to wedge in there.
Well, we have a selection of pieces of wood, in case you needed one.
That works.
Well, I never thought about having to do that. You found it.
Multiple sizes for different RPMs.
Okay. You better put them in the cab in case you need them. Because we won't be able to find any more chunks anywhere.
No.
No, we're about out of chunks.
Closest one is in Seymour, Indiana.
Oh boy.
Can you have one tomorrow for him?
And he said it would be Tuesday if he ordered it.
Well, that's one way to do it.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Never start it back up at high idle. I thought Tom was going to come over, but I think he's preoccupied.
Well, I was coming over there.
Well, I'm sorry. If he gets it on the ground, then I can cut a couple more there, and then he can come help you. Now that little short guy's not cut off yet, but the big one is cut.
I'll shim into
Oh, you're-
the tree.
Okay. Oh, you got him. Cut him down. That's a good ways. Okay. Can you get your bottom hooks underneath that and lift him off of that stump, and I can cut the rest of that off?
Right.
Might be able to clamp him and pull him clear out of there.
I could if I'd have.
From the end's what I was thinking. I could hear you better, but you had your mic a little closer to your face.
Well, I didn't think you wanted to hear me eat my crackers.
Oh.
Hold it. Eat your crackers.
Who said it was time for food?
Well, who's been in my dinner bucket?
I piled a brush pile on your dinner bucket.
It's all done, buddy.
It is unattached.
Some stuff right in here, Tom. It's just not neatly piled. You'll have to, okay, pile it yourself. Yeah, there's a log out there. See it that I drug out there?
Oh, this one I'm driving over.
The shiny one, Tom.
I didn't see it. I didn't have a clue where it's at.
Tom, there's huge logs down here that are Johnny 5 sized. Your next trip, I believe, have been pushed in there with the 580.
Okay.
There he's coming.
Nice.
This next one over here is going to come towards you, isn't it, Clint?
Yeah, I believe it will.
Okay. Are you ready for me to do that, or you want me to go somewhere else?
No, just keep going. I'll back up.
Hang on. I'm going to get this tree out of here.
Your mulcher's on the ground, Tim.
Timber.
Oh, it fell into another tree.
Okay, we can get it pushed out of there. Timber.
That one just west of you, get right there too, I believe. It's leaning away from you.
This one here behind me now is going away from me.
Yep.
You got to stop right in front of your wheel. It's not going to let you drive forward very much.
Okay.
There's going.
Hold on, I've got to do something different. I've also got a log in there. Oh, it's them stops.
Oh, you got. Whoa! Stop! You got a. You're going to tear up the steering hose. You'll need to pull that stick out. Stop right there. Jump out and pull it out. There's a stick through a hose that sits underneath your. There you got it. Afraid that one would have pulled your steering hose loose there. Boy, it's in a bind now. I'll jump out.
Let's go your way.
You got it.
Okay, I must have unhooked the hose.
Are you functioning now?
Yep.
I'm through as far as I can go, and the tree isn't going yet. Well, Clint's got one over here that's definitely leaning out. I don't know whether I can get through him or not.
Got a whole bunch of people here. Oh, you're wanting me to mulch some. I get it.
I just don't like sticking all them sticked up underneath this thing, and that hose
No.
if we do.
This is the worst part about tractors, right? I mean, we have a soft underbelly and a skid steer's got a tough underbelly.
Right.
They got a skid plate.
And so this is using the tractor for this job is not optimal for that reason. Go Tom, I'll send there too.
I'll get them both. Guess that's why I'm kind of taking it slow instead of trying to hurry have all day.
Oh, Tim, if you push that swath straight forward, that'll let me get another one that's leaning east. Oh, I'm getting lots of blue smoke.
You sure are. Let the peel
About
on.
to kill my tractor. I didn't know this thing was leaning north, or I wouldn't have cut it this away.
Well, maybe it was there. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought.
There it goes. Part way. We get it on out of here now. Oh, okay. Got part of it. All right.
Yeah, but the rest of it's hanging there in a
Precarious spot.
Okay, we're gonna go back on in there and get some more of that. I like what we're doing here. How about that?
Work. You want me to grind him off?
Sure. Well, you got a big mouth there, Tom. That's a big reach. It hasn't been a very good day for Old Salty and me. This is a third thing that I have broken. I think you saw the earlier one where I broke the throttle cable, and I've been running full throttle all day, and that's probably part of my problem. I had the third function hoses out here, and they got all wrapped around the tire, and we had a tire off the rim. I don't know if we got any video of any of that. I kind of hope we didn't. That was not a fun experience. We had to get replacements. We did get replacements, and I'm just ready to go back, and we noticed that now I have a power steering hose that's broken down here. You know, these little tractors are not made for this type of work. Tractors have a soft underbelly, right? A lot of stuff exposed. Skid steer has a skid plate on the bottom. That's exactly what they're meant for, and we know that. I'm always trying to push these tractors to the limit, and it's fun to me, but yeah, it's really not the right tool for the job, and I'm not quite as, I hate to admit that, I'm not quite as careful as I should be. Don't tell anyone. Assuming I can get the hose off, it's pretty normal hose. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. We'll just have to get one before we start tomorrow morning. The days are really short this time of year, so we just don't have much time, and I wasted a lot of today with downtime. But thankfully the other guys were able to be somewhat productive. Tom and Randall have huge tractors, right? So in one sense you say, why aren't we using those? Well, none of those are equipped with anything that would really help us. They do have the Case 580 backhoe, but they don't have a grapple on it. And it's actually broke down right now, so we got a little trouble with that. Oh, there's one that Randall took down right there with a tree saw. But a lot of these attachments that we've got on these little tractors need to be on a hydrostatic tractor. That tree saw you just can't back in with a gear drive tractor. That mulcher you can't back in with a gear drive tractor. So yeah, the hydrostat's really important. That's what we've been using, and it's too bad. What I would like to have had was that 4075R. On the other hand, $81,000 backing off here in the brush. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't have the 4075R. So this is the old riverbed, I guess, from hundreds of years ago. As you can see, it's dry right now. There is a lot of the time that there's water in here. This has been such a dry season. And you can also see that we are playing by the rules, right? You can see that we're not impacting the surface. You can see where we've mulched the small stuff out of here. We're having a pretty easy time of it right through the middle of this old river channel because there's not as big of trees there. We're having a harder time up on the sides where there are the bigger trees. But we think we can get this somewhat cleared out, and he can get that logging machine in here to be able to cut the rest of those. The Mulcher was the ticket here. I was running the Mulcher and it could just rip and tear right through here. Amazing machine for the job, especially given how small it is and quite frankly how little it costs. I mean, yes, it's very expensive for a compact tractor attachment, but you know, I think it's in the 13 to 15, I don't know, $10 to $15,000 range somewhere there. And but to be able to accomplish what it was accomplishing in here is stunning. Yeah, we have Mini down here with the Mongo attachments, hybrid mulcher. I wish we had the full mulcher, but the hybrid mulcher is doing a great job. We haven't had any issue with it. Randall's in his and Tom's 3320, my dad's old 3320. He's got the tree saw on it, and it's been doing a pretty good job. We kind of wish the pushback bar were a little taller so that we could guard against things hitting the top of the tractor. He's got the Artillian Grapple on it, so that's been fine too. But we're weak in the sawing department. We've had to do some sawing by hand in order to try to feel like we're making some progress. But quite frankly, that feels, well, not only is it exhausting to try to saw just tree after tree after tree, it also feels unproductive because we know we have an expert that could come in and saw those, you know, in 5 seconds, 10 seconds a piece. So assuming we can get the expert back in here before it gets muddy, we think we've got a good plan of attack. I think that's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a stretch to be able to do this with compact tractors. And some of you are commenting, why are you even trying that with compact tractors? But what I hope you're seeing is that we show the limits, right? I mean, we show what you can do and we show what is a little beyond what you should be doing. And that should help you kind of guide you towards what you can accomplish. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. Is anyone among you in trouble? Let them pray. Is anyone happy? Let them sing songs of praise.